All right, welcome back to Reynolds Workshop. We're going through kits to try to figure out which ones will work best with distance learning this fall or spring. People are very concerned with what school's going to look like in a couple of months. So I figured anything I can do to help would be beneficial to everyone. So I've bought a whole bunch of kits that I'm thinking of using in class, and so I figured I'd do a video review so you wouldn't have to go through all the trials and tribulations of buying all this stuff and testing it out. Today I have the Super Starter Kit from Uno. It's a R3 project, so it's a Arduino Uno. This one, I don't have the price in front of me. It's $36.98, so $36.98, almost $37 for this whole kit. It comes with an Arduino and a whole slew of electronics parts that you could send home maybe with a student, right? Comes in a small box, so that's easy enough to send home. And I'll go through all of the stuff that is inside here. So right off the bat, a little concerned. It comes with a CD for the software. I don't know that I even have a computer anymore that has a CD drive, so that I hope I can get the software online, and I imagine the Arduino IDE will work with this kit just fine, but that's a little concerning. There's a little bit of paperwork with their social media. It's from ELEGOO, so the ELEGOO social media and Facebook and so on. So there is some connection, you can reach out to them that way. So anyway, buried in here somewhere is an Arduino. This is the Arduino right here. It's not an official Arduino made by Arduino, but that doesn't mean that it's not a quality part. This is the ELEGOO R3, so it's an Uno kind of knockoff, right? To go along with that in the kit is a prototyping shield. So maybe you're familiar with these. You get these stick-on little baby breadboard and a whole bunch of inputs and outputs, and this actually sits on top of the Arduino this way, right? So that all plugs in. First impressions, it looks just fine. I mean, it's a prototyping shield. There's really not much to it. Lots and lots of solder joints if you want them. Only thing, and I'm not sure you can see this really, but the only thing I'm concerned with is these two resistors that are just kind of standing up. I'm not sure why they're not, soldered down to the board to keep them from breaking off. Over time, I imagine those are going to get beat up a little bit, but not the end of the world. All right, so you got two of those. Let's see, some other bits and pieces. A power connector with a 9-volt battery, so you can run this off of a battery instead of plugging it in. You have a TV remote control, an LCD screen, which is always fun. The kids enjoy that one a lot. This is a 12-volt power adapter, I think. Power supply module. So you can also, I guess, put 9 volts, or maybe 12 volts into there. Not sure how this one works. I haven't had a chance to play with that one yet. The ultrasonic ping sensor, which is cool. Another little bag here of, I'm not sure what that guy is. That's a new one. That's a stepper motor driver. Look at that. So you can run a stepper motor, which is why there's a stepper motor right here. So these kind of go together. That's the stepper motor driver, which plugs into your Arduino, and then you can run a stepper motor. That's unusual. I don't normally see those in these kits. USB cable to connect your Arduino to your PC. It is the older style. So the more modern Arduinos have I think it's USB mini or whatever. It's not these big blocky ones. So maybe this is an older version. I'm not sure if there's a newer version on Amazon or not. Let's see. And then you get a whole mess load of components. So let's see. A whole bunch of buttons and diodes and things, right? A bag full of LEDs. It's claiming that there are 25 LEDs in here, so I'll take their word for that. There's also the RGB LEDs mixed in as well. A couple of integrated circuits, a little piezo speakers and stuff in that one. An electric motor. Now this is notable that the electric motor is already soldered, so you can literally send this home with a student. They won't need to solder anything. It's all either breadboard work or just jumper wires, so that's kind of cool. And to go along with the DC motor is the flappy fan blade, which I much prefer if I'm going to send it home with a student. I've had students get caught in those hard plastic ones, so that's kind of nice. And a joystick. Check that out. So it actually comes in the kit apart. I've put this together earlier, but it is a full 360, much like an Xbox or something, and a push button joystick. So that's pretty cool. That's a good addition. One servo motor. So that, I don't see a motor shield or anything in here, so I mean you're gonna have to wire that into the board itself, I suppose. Infrared adapter, which I imagine goes with your remote control. Let's see what else is in here. A little variable resistor or a potentiometer with a little knob that you can turn on and off. This one, I looked at this one earlier. Oh, temperature and humidity module. So that's kind of cool. You can do some weather station type things with your humidity and temperature monitoring system. That's kind of cool. That'd be good to send home. These are the well, you have a 1-digit and a 4-digit displays. So that is cool. And then this, I think, is this is just a 5-volt relay. So you could turn something else on. Also in the kit is a whole gaggle of jumper wires. All right, lots and lots of jumper leads of all different lengths and colors. That will be very useful. And then resistors, like a whole bag, whole slew of resistors, which are labeled, even better. So usually when you get these kits, it's just a blanket section of resistors. But these are actually, I don't know if you can see it in the video, these are actually labeled 1M, 5K, 100, so I assume that's 100K, 3, right? So these are all labeled, which is great. You don't have to rely on the students checking the color codes to try to figure out what resistor this is. So that's actually really nice. I mean, once you take them out of there, you don't know which paper they go back with, but that's okay. To start out, that'd be fine. So there's a whole mess of those. It says there's 120 pieces in there, and I will take their word for that. A large breadboard, so that will be very useful when you're mocking things up. And then a whole bunch, it's actually a ribbon wire, so these are all connected. Often used with like LCDs and stuff where you have a whole bunch of wires, you don't want to use individual ones. So that is very nice to have as well. All of that in this little kit is pretty awesome, and you can't go wrong, I think. This is the ELEGOO Super Starter Kit. Comes with the case, the software, which I'm a little hesitant about, an older USB cable. But all of this could get you through a semester of electronics if you do it well. You could definitely take some time and do motors. You could definitely take some time and do signals. You could definitely do lots of screen work. You could breadboard lots of different things and a weather station. I think you could do a fair amount with this with students, and I wouldn't hesitate too much to send it home, only because there's plenty of everything. So if they're not going to lose, I guess they could lose some of the smaller stuff here, but there seems to be a little bit of redundancy. There's some stuff the kids will really like the control, the thumbstick controller. All in all, not a bad kit. I think, what did I say, $37 or so on Amazon. I'll put a link below, but pretty impressed, ELEGOO. Well done. Not too shabby.